Hello there folks, Sean Mourinho here on behalf of BSN TV. I'm, as far as my TV station is concerned, for all you nice viewers out there, today I'm conducting my first interview, well it's actually my second interview today now, right enough. But as far as this week's concerned, we have a 10-week programme, we have a 10-week programme going on, and what we have is we're doing sports legends of the past in Ballymena. Now this week, obviously we've done a couple of soccer players, and there really has been none better in the Ballymena Saturday Morning League as last 25 or 30 years. And without any disrespect, my brother, MELVYN WRIGHT. MELVYN, thanks very much for inviting me around to your house for a cup of tea. MELVYN, obviously, MELVYN, you're a really respected player over the years in the Saturday Morning League, and everybody, you know, there are a lot of people talk to me about you still. I would go and do my coverage of the Saturday Morning League and whatnot. And it's great, I played alongside you for a couple of years too, you know, and obviously that was nice. But your career started, MELVYN, at Broadway Star.
Broadway Star, played with Big Davy Russell.
I know Big Davy, aye.
Kenny. Good players.
All good players in their time, MELVYN, weren't they?
I was very young at the time.
Did you learn anything from them older boys, obviously coming into the league, you know?
I was only maybe 17 at the time, so few other players, John Gavin and John McLean, same age, they became good players.
And then obviously you played there for a couple of seasons, was it?
About a couple of seasons.
And then the next club you went to there, I have a wee roll up here MELVYN, a bit of work that I've done with you obviously. You then went to North End, a local team there. Now, North End are now still actually in the Saturday Morning League, you know, so it's a Broadway Star finish. Broadway Star was a great club. I mean, used to go up to watch Broadway Star. There was always a good crowd went up to watch them, you know. Young Ali Gordon played for them at the time. Ali was a damn good player in his day as a youngster, you know, and your younger day that was Ali, right enough. But as I say, then you went to North End. North End are still running there, you know.
We played just a gallery up the Drury Road.
No,
that's what it was. Baxter.
Big Mickey Baxter. I know Mickey well. I speak to Mickey nearly every day down the town.
You're on the team.
Always talks about it too.
Johnny Baxter.
Johnny Baxter. Me and Burnside would have done this.
That's right.
That's me Gavin's father that plays for the All Saints Old Boys. We know there, aye.
Jimmy Graham.
Jimmy Graham, aye. Oh, I know Jimmy very well, aye. All well known boys to there.
We were all mates, used to all run about here. You know, and they folded.
Aye.
They were there later on there.
Good old days, but no. Good crack, you know, a bit of carry on and whatnot. Big Wesley Monk was playing for them, sure.
That's right.
Big Wesley played for them, you know. And then, taking things a wee bit more seriously, MELVYN, you sort of went on up the ladder a wee bit in the Saturday Morning League terms was concerned. You went to Broadway Stores, who, without a doubt now, we Mo Goldring always hold you in very high stead. And you've Joe McCormick, or not Joe McCormick, Joe Lenny McCormick. And you had Joe McCall. And you had wee Francis McNally and all them boys, and Paddy Tully and that there, you know, and God rest wee Jerry McEwen there, you know, been a great wee player over the years. But at Broadway Strollers, and was there any boys around there you learnt anything off me when I went out there?
Artie McCauley.
Artie McCauley?
One of the best players I've ever seen.
I know Artie well, aye. One of the best you ever seen yourself?
Oh, I was really, me and him played at the day, he learnt me that. You know, I learnt off him.
Aye, right.
He just, he might be the betting boss.
Aye, there you are,
that good, you know.
Very composed on the ball, Artie, would have been.
Didn't shout out, you know, just take it easy.
I just knew the...
Oh, you know, direct me ever.
There you are. Look, playing off sides and stuff was Artie, would have been...
No, he's staying on.
Look, MELVYN, here's an interesting here now. There's a couple of boys out there have asked me to ask you this question. This is very serious too. What do you think of zone marking? Or would you be a man marking type of guy?
Man marking.
There's no, I don't believe in zone marking myself.
Zone marking.
You know, I think it gives an opportunity for, like, you've been a supreme defender in Saturday Morning League. Everybody knows you were probably one of the best defenders ever in the Saturday Morning League. You know, there's been quite a few now. You know, and personally, I would include you there. You know, I understand you know, but I would include you in the top 5.
Well, I think if you're saying it's zone marking, if the ball runs to the far side of the pitch and goal, yeah, stay in that. Is there anything you want to mark?
Man marking, aye. But
between you and the ball sort of thing, you know.
Certainly, of course, And the prime aims to stop him from getting the ball before you know what I mean? Whereas you can't do that if you are zone marking. So that's a tip for a lot of people out there, you know. I firmly believe, from my own knowledge of football, you know, my brother would always say here, you know, the Saturday Morning terms, if somebody tells you he's zone mark, I would tell him to go home. But then from Broadway Strollers, MELVYN, you went to the Cullybecky afternoon team now. Big Wesley Monk played for that team there as well. I mind that team. They were actually quite a good team too.
Well, they were a good team.
Well, a good side. They held their own against
Big Wesley, Trevor Andrews.
Aye. Ricky Nichol. And Ali Nichol. Played for Ballymena.
Yes.
Well, the two Boyds. Nigel Boyd.
Nigel Boyd. And
good player this time.
Alan Boyd. Super player.
They were indeed. As young men now, as a young man, Nigel Boyd had some skill about him, haven't he, you know?
One of the best players ever played.
He was smooth. He actually won and played for Linfield, you know, and he's called up for Linfield and stuff, you know. There's not too many boys.
He's a bit of a silly, but he might be that drunk.
Well, we all like to go out and celebrate after a game, you know. But then, Melvyn, I was actually talking to a guy earlier on the day, and I think that's a dying thing now. That people, you know, like after a game on a Saturday, out for a wee beer, you know, and you socialise, and that was the fun side of it too, you know. Whereas some people maybe take things a wee bit too much seriously now, you know, maybe they go home and they bite their nails and they worry about the next game, you know. Instead of going and having a sandwich, they're always found nowadays a junior cup game, you know, wanting to have a sandwich or two, you know. If I didn't get playing the game, I says to myself, well, I can eat more sandwiches than the rest of you know. And I didn't half pay off either. But then coming from Cullybeck, Melvyn, you obviously went now to, this is where basically the questions I'm going to ask you here, this is what this interview is about for me. Carnilly Rangers. You joined Carnilly Rangers, Melvyn, and they probably were on the helm of being a very, very good side.
They won the league the year before, and they had all these great players, and all the best players from all the other teams from Carnilly. Big Wesley, he left Cullybeck in Monkey. And then basically mixed player was suspended, and Wesley touched me and says to be coming to his place when I left up in the game. Right on the changing, we had all these great players. Up in Carnilly, the changing, I didn't know what we were talking about. What am I doing here? You know, all these great players.
So they were great players, now. You've got George Macaulay. George Macaulay, God rest his soul. George Blair, God rest his soul.
The first time I went on the changing, the team was Western goal. Burton Macaulay right back. George Blair left back. Kenny Spence sweeper.
Kenny.
And then I was in centre half, and you had midfield of Audrey Smith, Casey Watson, Johnny Macaulay, and the wing was Tom Gordon.
Wee Tom, God rest Tom too.
Sub was Rob Wright.
Rob was doing sub as a youngster.
And then up front you had Henry Spence.
Big Henry,
and Ian Rogers.
And Henry had played for years for the great Penarol side of the 70s there, you know.
Right up in the change.
But them boys at that stage were the best amateur players in town by far, you know, there's no doubt about it. So you get into this new atmosphere, Melvyn, into this new change room and all, obviously it created a bit of tension, a bit of pressure on you, know what I mean? And then how did you melt into that there? Obviously then you became a seasonal Joe O'Hara.
Joe just let me do my own thing.
Right.
You know, if I made a mistake, I didn't cheat. Joe just was a good man, you know. He more or less just says, just keep going where you're going, you know. So. And a few years later, we made the top.
You ended up becoming captain then? You played for Carnilly for 20 years. And you were captain for, let's say, 16 or maybe 17 years. 16 years, you know. I don't think anybody, I think to all you people out there, you know, I'm not just saying this because it's my brother, this is an interview and I'm as if he's not my brother, you know. But for any man that goes and captains a team, or plays for a team for 20 years and captains a team for 16 years, and can you even think of how many trophies you won altogether? Or is there too many to count?
I don't know. 9 or 10 league titles.
Probably about 20 cups. 20 cups and 9 league titles. And a couple of player of the years, and club man of the years, and league player of the year, and sportsman of the year. And there's no doubt about it, obviously you'll all well know, you know, I would say between probably Melvyn and Rob Wright there, you know, and obviously Dobby Young was there at the time now, but he hasn't really... No, Dobby wasn't at the start now, that's no disrespect of course. But as far as success at Carnilly is concerned, you know, I think it probably would be between you and Rob, but then Rob has maybe played for longer because...
Oh, Rob's more than me.
Rob was more than you, aye.
League titles.
I know Rob was more, but, you know, but there's no doubt about it, you two are definitely the two top successful...
There's a couple of boys up there as well.
What do I mean,
I wouldn't be around the same as you.
Oh, I will. You know, that's not me trying to blow under, I'm just saying, you know, like... But for anybody to have done that, you know, you can always talk about it. You can always sit back and talk about it. You know, you can enjoy a tin of beer or whatever, you know, and have a yarn about it. You know, and it's something that I'm tremendously proud of. Because whenever I started knowing about Carnilly at the time, obviously Melvyn being my big brother, I went to the games. I was in the changing rooms, and I'll never forget the cursing, the blinding. You know, and for me, Jeff Blair was the man. Jeff Blair scared the life out of me. You know what I mean? Then I started to train and I started to play, because I could have played a bit when I was younger. I wasn't crying the weight and crying nowadays. And I learned through Melvyn, I learned through Archie Green, hard man, Nobby Styles at the bottom of the starting board. I learned through all the older boys too, you know what I mean? And for me, you know, to be involved in the same changing room then, and to be getting directions of the likes of Ozzie Smith, of the likes of the great George Blair, God rest his soul, of the likes of George Macaulay, God rest his soul, the two best players I ever seen in fact were them two, you know, apart from myself and Melvyn, you know, but that's another question. You know, to be bled into that there, and from a young fella to be scoring doubles and hat-tricks, you know, as I done, and nobody can ever take that away from me either. It was a tremendous experience. And everything, whenever I left Carnilly, because I didn't train hard, I didn't really put myself into it, you know, because I thought I'm alright, Melvyn's there, I can play, you know what I mean? I went downhill after that. You know, any other club I ever played for were great people, but it wasn't the same as what was happening in Carnelly's change room. You know, the atmosphere was great, wasn't it? You know, you were in the change room. I mind Jeff Blair saying to me, I was taking somebody a horse one day, and Jeff Blair told me he shot my bloody mouth. And I says, Melvyn, what's he shouting about? Melvyn says, you better shut your mouth and take a slap on it. You know, that actually would have happened, you know. And you'd wee hoodie in them days, God rest wee hoodie too, you know, it was a serious attitude, you know what I mean? And you smelt the, you know, you walked out the change room and you smelt the rub. You know, and that was that. You got your boots out and you set your cloak up, you know what I mean? You got your corner and you sat and done your thing, your nerves was broke, you know what I mean? And you were going up the pitch, you know. And I'll just go back into Melvyn saying there, just between ourselves being brothers, you know, there was one season there, Melvyn, in 1993, 1994, you managed and won the league that year, did you?
No.
Did you not win the league that year? No.
I don't know, I was only supposed to do it a couple of months ago, got somebody.
Oh, right.
I sort of looked down at you.
Oh, yeah, obviously.
So playing and managing at the same time, we didn't have this.
It's not an easy thing to do, Melvyn, playing managing.
But you were playing that,
I played that season with you. There's actually a thing I never forget. I always talk about it to the boys there, you know, and it's obviously, it's not to blow wind up me, you know, it's just to be quite honest with you. There was that season there, Melvyn, that you included me because we'd always been training as brothers up in the pitch and stuff. We'd gained a mental understanding, a bit of telepathy, you would say, you know, and every free kick Carnelly got, I took it. And every corner Carnelly got, I took it. I didn't ask for the ball, I went and I got the ball, I took it, because I knew I was the man to do that, you know. And, you know, penalties, I hopped the penalties and stuff like that there, you know, and I never ever missed one either. And the situation for me was, Melvyn, there was one season there, it was 1993-94. The first 10 games Carnelly had, I was like something like a free roll, believe it or not, because that was my availability. I was able to nip about all around the place, you know. I felt a lot fitter in them days. And you had a great team there. You had Donny Young playing it, fantastic player, fantastic. Rob Wright, probably the best player I ever played in the Central League in my eyes. You had Melvyn here, you had Archie Green, you had all them boys. Colin Stewart, you had top class player, the best cream of the town, in fact, about the time, you know. And that's no disrespect to any other teams. But we had played the first 10 games of the season, and we had scored 18 goals in the first 10 games. I had scored 10 and set the other 8 goals up for Melvyn. So, Melvyn, that's right, isn't it?
That's right enough.
You know, and that to me is something that that was my highest I ever got in football, you know, apart from trying to do this and do that. But they were great days, Melvyn, weren't they? They were fantastic times.
Well, that's a wee practice that you see.
I always do, we had it perfected.
Every corner free kick, because nowhere else put it to me.
And
if you can't have a shot.
I always remember saying to Jeff Surzer, Jeff, run you into the front post. And that would have took maybe 2 men away. And then whenever they took the men away, obviously then the ball went over into the back post. And Melvyn, you were like an eel. You were up, bang, down, goal, you know what I mean? And you know, to captain a team, to play for a team for 20 years and to captain a team for 17 years, I think it was actually a very, very poignant moment in my life and in your football career that Carnelly offered you a testimonial. You know, for such loyal service. You know, they were very, very good to you. They raised a couple of pound and bought you a nice gold watch. I thought that was absolutely fantastic. You know, you're very, very highly respected in the Carnelly quarters, you know what I mean? You know, like they definitely, you know, you're always invited to the dinners and stuff like that, you know, to speak and do your bits and pieces, you know. And who was the best player, Melvyn, that you played with in the Carnelly era? You know, as a son, maybe to name one, you know.
Carnelly? George McCauley, George Blair, right in McCauley. Like Wesley, played the goal, Gorky played.
That's right, could play as well, that's right.
Forward. You know, some Dolly Young, Colin Stewart. You couldn't name one. If I had it, I would maybe go for, if you take the long run out of it, I would maybe go for Rob Wright.
Rob has to be done.
In my opinion, he's probably the best of the world. You know,
very athletic, never stopped. Never stopped. Like a greyhound. And like a Jack Russell at the same time. Plenty of running, just hassle and hassle. You know, and it was just, I mean, nice.
There's a lot of good players there I haven't mentioned.
You couldn't put them all in the same breath.
Artie Coley.
Artie, I heard all about what you were saying about Artie.
They're my all-time friends.
There you are, there you are. You know, a great achievement, don't you? Now, obviously, at the same time you started off playing with Coach United as well, Melvyn, hadn't you? You just won a couple of leagues there, Coach United, didn't you? You won a Borders Cup and stuff like that, didn't you?
Won a title.
And won a title. Oh, that's great. You're at the B Division now, isn't it? You know. And you'd also played for Chimney Corner and Tobermore.
Played a few matches for Tobermore and Chimney Corner.
Oh, so you've been knocking around there on the fringes and things.
I was busy playing in the morning and playing in the afternoon for them.
Well, Melvyn, obviously there's a couple of Irish League teams have been knocking for you. You were fit enough to do all that there, like, you know. Why did you never go that further back? Was it a family thing? Was it, you know, you had children on the way?
I probably just wasn't good enough. I had no speaking skills.
Right.
And couldn't afford to travel. I was playing it. Cook was a home match. And it was 25 mile away. I mean, it was crashing.
Right.
So I still a year, you know. You know.
Oh, well. And what, I have a thing down here, you weren't Glenn Ferguson one day, who went on to be probably the best goal scorer ever.
Did
he take the hand out? Yeah, there you are, Spike. You took the hand out of my brother. You looked at the hand out of me, haven't you? But, no, all jokes aside, hey, you know, like, over your years of playing them, Melvyn, you know, do you miss the game from not playing now?
Yeah, sure, I don't even bother watching it. I don't even go up and watch a match today. I don't even watch it on TV or, you know, I don't understand.
I suppose, Melvyn, it depresses you because you miss it.
Well, that's probably it.
Because I'm the same. I was at a certain morning league match one day, and this is the reason why I do this, it keeps me active. But I was at a certain morning league match one day, and I said to myself, you know, like, why did I not just get all? You know what I mean? Why did I not try my hardest? You know what I mean? You know, obviously you did, Melvyn, you trained 4 or 5 days a week and 4 or 5 nights, so you're always in supreme shape and stuff like that.
I
obviously.
always train, still do, mate.
You know,
my knees are gone.
Yeah.
Well, you know,
but that's probably age too, Melvyn. If your knees is away and your hair's away.
Actually, what happened was I played too long.
Right.
I stopped with wave knee, man.
You played with wave knee,
3 seasons with wave knee.
That was just for enjoyment, but Melvyn, wasn't it? You know, you earned a career in that there, it was local.
Nah, I was playing up front, you see, I just wanted to then I stopped the bet and the clubs again.
Right.
So that's what done my neck there and my knees.
We had to twist and turn and stuff like that there. Probably feeling like a pensioner on that amongst a lot of young boys.
Them young boys were telling me what I do.
You know, you can't tell an old ball how you're off to a fun field, Melvyn, you know.
He's the horse to water.
He's the horse to water, but hey, I won't let myself appear in front of you. But no. Well, you know, it's been part and parcel of the shows I'm running here in the last couple of weeks here. I'm doing a 10-week thing. I'm going to be having people like Melvyn who excelled at their local sports in the Saturday morning league, and as far as the football or should be rugby or cricket or whatever is concerned, you know. But obviously, Melvyn, you're a very well respected person in the history of the Saturday morning league. We, Monty Montgomery, always spoke very, very highly of you. Monty's a legend himself, you know what I mean. I hope to get an interview with Brian. You know, there was no Monty Montgomery that wanted anything. You know what I mean. You know, Monty has done all the work. I can't even understand to try and escalate the work that was all behind it. You know. And you know, like, Joe O'Hara and the boys, you know, they're all the old school, you know what I mean, that you sort of come on through with, you know, and they all respect you a hell of a lot, you know, and obviously...
me, John White there.
John White,
he picked the league team, man.
That's right, you captained the league team, Melvyn, did you not?
I captained the league team.
There you are, hey. You played a handful of league teams, Melvyn, you never beat it, were you?
We were somebody beating, played a team in Scotland, did we?
I mean, local leagues, you just played local leagues, didn't you?
We played against them.
Belfast leagues and Derry leagues and stuff.
We played against the Ballarball, immediately. We beat them, too.
No, I understand that was a night out, but you know, I think they should maybe do something like that again. They should get a ball in the Saturday league team, you know, get an inter-league thing going just for charity even or something, you know.
You should do that, you know.
You should do that, alright. But Melvyn, I'm going to end the interview here because obviously we can only squeeze so much into so much time. But listen, as a brother, obviously it was a pleasure to go and watch you playing for Crenny, and it was a pleasure to play under you and supply you with so many goals you scored, obviously, and stuff like that there. But it was also great to go and watch in the day whenever I was a kid, you know, and really get tore in and shout and get verbal, you know, and really get tore into the thing, you know. It was absolutely fantastic, and it's days that I'll never ever forget, you know what I mean, in my time at football, you know. You know, and I just want to say thanks very much for inviting me around for a cup of tea, Melvyn. Listen, folks, I'm sure you're all aware out there that Melvyn has been quite a legend over his time and a very well respected person as far as the soccer and the Saturday morning is concerned, and I don't think anybody can really say a bad word about him on the pitch because he really was a gentleman on the pitch. But hey, man was some player, like, you know what I mean. So I'm just going to end the interview by saying here, Melvyn, thanks very much for all your time. And listen, this is Sherman Mourinho here as part of the Saturday Morning League and BSN TV. Look back to the past. Thank you very much indeed.